She's so tiny, she'll be washed in 2 seconds. Yeah, you're so tiny. Look at her, how small she is. Hi, little Molly. Yeah, little girl. Yeah. You can just quit. You never here very long. Oh, you never here very, very long. You're just so tiny. Wow, let me just sweat. I'll sweat with my fingers. Hang on. There. You're so tiny. Just 1 pump of soap, 1 or 2 pumps of soap. Probably more than that. I'm just joking. Maybe 3 pumps of soap. Yeah, stupid bump. I'm going to dry you with one other dryer today. See how that goes. That one's better for you. Do your head. We do your head a little bit. Can you say hello to everyone? Say hello, everybody. My name is Molly. My name is Molly. Yeah, she's gonna get 2 shampoos, just for sure. Yeah. Let's rinse her out. Little girl, you rinse out pretty easy, eh? It's not much to rinse out. Yours are so small. Look at the tininess about you. I'm going to use a towel here, but not a towel, a washcloth for your head. Yeah. Come up here. Ooh. You scared? Oh, don't be scared. I'm going to just rinse that off. Okay. Just like to get the water off so I can rinse your head. Hang on. There you go. She's getting a second shampoo anyway. Yeah. Here. You see her in there. Oh, these little ones amaze me. A tiny little heart. Tiny little head. What goes on in your tiny little head? Are you thinking, oh my God, not this again? It's probably what you're thinking. They're like little bunny rabbits. These little Yorkies remind me of bunny rabbits. Yeah. Let me get under your bum here. Right here so I can clean your bum. Make that nice and clean. There. That's better. Okay, we do your head too. Is that a no? Did you just say no to me? Merci. Molly, how old is Molly? I have her card over there. I'm going to have to check that. She's older. I'll give you that answer once I'm out of she's out of the bath. Okay. Molly, I'm going to give a guess. Are you 10? I'm not remembering how old she is. She's not a long pup to groom. She's like, we rinse her out, dry her, really fast and easy. And she has they like to keep her in a long coat, so it's not like I'm going to be shaving or anything. So I cut just bare minimum off the tips of the hair. I like to keep her nice and long. I clean out her bum, make sure that the hair's not too long on her bum. I'm just going to rinse out on the top of her head here again. We're going to use the towel to get rid of all of this soap and water. And then add a little water there. Keeping her head downward so the water doesn't leak down into the nose. So her muzzle, her little nose is pointing downward so the water leaks down. You still fairly got to do it, fairly quickly. You don't want too much water there. So I wipe up her head first so that I don't squish water into her ears. I would like to quickly be sure that the little nose doesn't have too much water there. Can I rinse your cheeks here? Hold that ear down. Other one too. Yeah, so I just did a video. My last video I did was about how to groom a Shih Tzu's head. And I show in there how I wash the face and my technique that I use so that I don't have to add soap and rinse out in the corners here. So I use another product once at the table to clean that up, because when the shorter the little nose, the quicker it gets down into their lungs, straight into their lungs. So I don't want that. So if you're interested, it's a whole Shih Tzu head video. How to groom a Shih Tzu's head. So, she's all rinsed out. Let's go. We'll do her belly, and we're gonna go dry. Ready for drying? That big monster dryer, huh? Come on, Molly. All right, so I gave her 2 nice shampoos. And yeah, let's get her dried. I'll take most of this water off here with this washcloth. You squiggly little rabbit. Squiggly little rabbit. I had to put my dog down. Oh my God, I am so sorry about that. Oh, I am so sorry about that. My heart goes out to you. I know how that feels. I lost 2 dogs, and one in January and one in February. They were, March, and they were both 15s. It was the mom and dad. I still have baby, which is 14, but I'm really sorry. Bradley. I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, we love these little ones, don't we? They're part of our family. Sorry guys, I gotta move this, so we're going over to the table. There you go. So good day, puppy lovers. All right, so someone was asking me how old this little one was. Let's see. Give me a second. Her card's right here. She is, wow, she's 12. She is 12. I was close. I said 10, but 12. Hang on. I'm going to show you guys my new one. My new pup. I have a Yorkie. A new little pup. Well, he's a year old. You want to come see me? This is Jace. He's more interested in Molly than... But this is my little Jace here. Say hello to everyone. Say hello, Jace. Yes. He has so much energy. You want to see Molly? Maybe Molly won't want to see you. Who's that? It's a little girl, huh? They're both interested in each other. All right, that's enough. Okay, so he's going to be bugging me through the whole room, I think. All right. So yeah, little Molly's 12. Thanks, Bradley. I'm having trouble with my new glasses here. I have to lift my head up because I got to read down there. This is a new thing for me. Having to read. You know, it's got 3 different, from afar at the top, middle, and then reading is closer. I'm just getting used to these. I'm trying to. All right, so let's clean Molly's little face. Around her eyes. She's got poopies there. Let's do this. So I'll use a flea comb. And she was all, wet from the wash. I'm not going to pull hard on this, guys. We just want to separate that. I don't need to pull it all out. Just need to separate it from the skin. Because I'm coming in here and I'm cutting all of that. Oh, this came out easily, so. This one won't, so I don't want to cause any problems here. You got to be really careful around the eyes. Molly doesn't move much for this, so she's pretty good. She's pretty good. All right. So I'm going to cut this pretty short. And I'm going to come in and clean this with my product. You don't want to go too short either with your scissors here, though. You don't want to catch that skin. Let's pull out some little rounds here. Let's do her ears and her eyes. Are you shaking? It'll be quick. Okay, let's do this quick. Ears, ear product. I'll set that over here. And eye product. We'll do her eyes first. Let's clean that out. Well, that needed cleaning. So the whole top of her muzzle gets cleaned with this product. When you're grooming an older dog like this, you gotta check out their teeth. She's got bad teeth. She's got missing teeth too, so when you're holding around the muzzle, that might hurt. All of this could have inflammation, so that could hurt. So really, let's get in close, see Molly nice and close, okay? You'd rather see Molly than see me, right? Yeah. So, yeah. So if they have inflammation in there, you're gonna wanna be really, really kind in this area. Okay? So this is the ear product I got ready. Let's go see down in there and see what's going on. There are different types of products, different ways to use them. I just like to use them like this with a pad. I'm going to use one side. Some products you can just pour down into the ear. This is just how I like to do it. Okay, and then I'll flip it around because I don't want to use the same side on this ear here. Right, because we don't want to transfer. If ever there's any problem with that ear, you don't want to transfer bacteria onto that side. Okay? Yeah, little girl. That's all clean. Okay. So got that done. I'm just going to check her bum for a second. I'm sorry we got to do this, honey. Turn around. See, I had poopies a while ago from her eyes. That's a lot of poopies, guys. Look at that. For such a small face. I like to check out the bum here right before drying, because if there's poop there or anything, like I wash this whole area, but sometimes it could happen that there's little pieces left. So I like to cut that out, and I use a baby wipe to wipe the bum, because my fingers, when I'm holding the dog like this. I don't want to, I don't want to get any poopy or anything around my thumbs. So I'll wipe that bum up with the baby wipe. See, that was a good idea because there's a little bit of brown there. Yuck. Yuck. All right, let's dry this girl. We'll put a little bit of spray on her. Just a little side note here. Keep your tools clean. It's important. It's important to keep them clean. I like to put spray alcohol on my tools once I'm done, especially if I was in those areas. That's all right. So I'm going to give her a quick comb and put some spray. So she gets this little spray here. If, sometimes you want to put some spray onto the dog's head or something, try putting it on your hand first. See how I got a whole bunch on my hand, and then I'll just wipe it on top of her like that. So I don't want to spray this in her face. Huh? She's too tiny. Put her head up. There. Oops, a little more down there. Okay. I'll massage that in. Massage it in. Massage, massage. And then we're going to give her a quick comb with my wet brush. The wet brush has little plastic nibs at the end, and it does not scratch the skin. I would not be brushing like this if I was using the slicker brush. Using the slicker brush, you have to tap and pull away from the skin. But this doesn't scratch, see? It does not scratch. It actually massages. I'm getting a massage. All right. There you go. Want to shake, shake? I'm going to dry you. Okay, so I'm going to dry her. I usually dry her with my forest dryer, but I got another dryer that's smaller, and I want to try it out on her this morning. It may take a little longer to dry. She's got this. What is that, girl? What? And how about this side? I saw something. You got some knotting going on here. What did you do? Here, I'm going to use a small slicker brush for that around her mouth. If she were to be pulling and tugging and acting all crazy, I don't want to go close to her eyes with a slicker brush. So I try to either cut some of those knots out or use a different type of brush that wouldn't. Because this, once you get that in your eye, oh my God. You know? Doesn't necessarily mean that the cut will be perfect if you're cutting some of that out, but at least the dog will have their two eyes when they go home. And take just a little of this off. And just come in. See, so she's being good. She doesn't move around too much, so I don't mind using this. They don't usually like to be brushed around the mouth like that so seriously if there's too many knots and whatnot. I'll really just come in and snip that. You know, it's not their favorite area to be brushed either. There. Okay, let's get her dry. But once again, I like to keep my tools clean, so let's put alcohol on there. Okay. So, let's do this. Let me just back this up a bit. Any questions, anything here, guys, that I can... What doggy perfume do you use on your dog? I love this perfume. I got it off Amazon. It's the Tropiclean Baby Powder Deodorizing Pet Spray. This stuff smells heavenly. I love anything that's baby powder, so... I had another one from another company. It smelled really good, too. Made with naturally what does it say? Derived, sorry, ingredients. I'm saying these new glasses. Woo. All right, so I am going to use this dryer here that I got off Amazon. In no way am I affiliated with them. I'm just showing you that this is a cool dryer. Just type in dryer, dog dryer, and you may find something like this along the lines. I appreciate what you all do for dogs. Bradley, thank you, and I appreciate what I do for dogs too, because I know that when they're in my care, they really are in my care. I care for them, and I'm careful with them. I literally, seriously care for these little ones here. And I'm happy to be there to help them. Speaking of care, I will pull out a mask. I wear a mask so that I don't get groomer's lung. Groomer's lung, if you don't know what groomer's lung is, it is a disease you can get in your lungs from grooming dogs, hair, dander, all the dust, the dirt. When you're breathing that, it causes scarring. So read that up. If you look that up on the internet if you want, Google it. It's called groomer's lung. So that's why I wear one of these. Protect. And if you're also drying your dog with the force dryer, protecting your ears with those big ear protectors, these things here. I wear these now, and I wish I would have started this 14 years ago. when I started back in 2010 because, yeah, I'm having hearing loss in my right ear. So, hi, Mandy. I use the same perfume, but the kiwi one. I've never smelled the kiwi one. I should get other ones, right? Because, you know, I may discover something new. Nice to see you here this morning. Well, I think it's later for you. But we're going to dry our cup here. So I'll bring this in closer. And I really like this dryer because it's not loud. It may sound a little louder for you guys because I noticed when I'm recording and then I listen to it back, I noticed that the sound that comes from here is louder on the phone, so it doesn't do it justice, the telephone. So I'm going to put this on a higher speed here. So that's the highest speed. So I'll dry the cup. Any questions, let me know and I'll answer as soon as I'm done drying. Almost done, hon. Yeah, we're almost done. It's not your favorite party. No. This is not your favorite part. Get under that tail. Now, if you're using this dryer, there are different settings. You have heat here. You can add more heat. I really suggest that it's either you leave it at no heat or just one red light here, because it does get pretty warm. You want your dog to dry nice and straight and faster. You can get in closer to the skin. But if the hair is long, if you get closer to the skin, you'll end up creating whip knots. And whip knots are when you get in close. See how the hair is curling like that? That's about to create a knot. So when it's longer, you don't want to come in too close with your dryer. With shorter hair, you can do that. It just dries it nice and straight. And normally to make it nice and straight also is to brush and dry at the same time. But as you see, I only have one hand here. There are tools you can use to hold your your dryer hose in place, and then you can have your free hand. But you know, these are not show dogs. These are our pets. So that's just how I do it. And usually dogs don't like having their heads dried. So it's just to be extra careful here and, you know, thoughtful. Think of their well-being. You know, like shutting the ear down, like that, closing the ears. Or being further away from the head with the dryer. I like to use my free hand. Just pull that hair out like that to help dry faster. So just letting you know, guys, I'm live every Wednesday, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. So for questions, I'm right here. And you can ask questions anytime, anyhow, on any other video. So if you want more content like this, you can subscribe and not forget to click the notification bell, because that's the only way that YouTube's going to tell you that I uploaded. If you're interested. Yeah, we're done, honey. You know what? We're done. She's not impressed with all of this, huh? You're not impressed? All right, guys. So I'm not too worried right now about the her head, because it's still summer. It's hot out there, and I don't really like groom the top of her head, but I don't cut much. So they don't want me to cut too much off of the top, off of the bottom here. So even if she's a little like humid, I'm not minding that. It'll dry as we go. And as I said, this is not a show dog. So I'm not aiming for perfection. I'm aiming for her comfort. That's what I really focus on. Comfort. Comfort for me, comfort for the dog, you know, to make this as easy for them as possible. That's all it's about. I'm going to go in and take some of that out too here. Wow, you're going to have some holes there, honey. That's a lot of knotting. What did you do? Do you have a kitty cat at home? Are you playing with your kitty cat? Hang on, guys. I got to snip some of that out. There. It's going to feel much better. There you go. And this side. Is there any knotting here? Often dogs will rub their faces also. You know, you see them rubbing their face on the carpet or on the sofa or wherever they're playing. And sometimes that does that. That causes the knotting, especially with the longer sorry, I'm concentrated. The longer hair here. Wow, that was long for me to say. Wow, lots of concentration there. All right, so I'm going to brush her a bit. I'm going to use my slicker brush. And I'm just going to put her, you know, this is for security. You know, I always like to keep them secure just in case, okay? Whoops, why is that doing that? All right, I'm going to back up here. Now I'm going to brush her out. Remember, with the slicker brush, this hurts here. These little pins hurt, so we don't want to brush on top of the dog's skin. So you don't brush along the skin. We tap and pull away, tap and pull away. That's the best way to brush your dog with a slicker brush, because you do not want to cause any brush burns. See, I caused here a whip knot. You know what I was telling you a while ago about the dryer? if we get in too close. It does happen. It does happen. It's okay. We just brush them out. Not much to brush out on this little girl, so we tap and pull away. So if ever you're interested in more techniques and you know, tutorials and stuff, I have loads of stuff on my channel. I upload new videos every Monday, every Friday, and for 8 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm live on Wednesdays, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, so. Sorry, sometimes if I repeat, because sometimes there are new people that come in, so I don't know if they've heard or... So I'm here for any questions, guys. So once she's all brushed out like that, which was an easy thing, right? Pretty easy to brush this girl. Hang on, honey. You really want to go in slowly with your slicker brush around the eyes here, the face. That's why I like to use the smaller one too. She's so small. I wonder how much you weigh. How much do you weigh? 3 pounds? Maybe? Might be. So she's still a little humid at the top here, and that's okay, as I said. It'll dry out. Yeah, it'll dry out. Here. Let's dry this a bit. Okay. So the only thing I'm going to use the clippers for is under her feet and her head. Maybe her belly, usually her belly seems okay. So I'm going to use a 30 blade for underneath her feet, but if you're not used to using this blade, using the clippers, I mean, please start with a 10 blade, as the 10 blade is a little longer. If your dog is kicking, especially, you don't want to use a 30 blade on there because this can cut. I like using the 30 blade because it gives it a nice, see here, we try to get in closer. It gives it a, see how it cleans out that foot. I'm just going lightly, I'm not pressing at all. Just tapping. Gives it a nice clean foot. Here. She's good with it, so. She's good with this, with her feet. So. I'm gonna have to cut those toenails. They're just a titty bitty tad long. An itty bitty tidbit. Just a tidbit. So I'm going around her pads too. So see, just going lightly, tapping lightly. You don't want to dig that in. If you're not used to it, especially. And her feet are so small. I just do like a light scoop and no real huge digging, so. All around those toes. There. See? That's good enough. Her toenails are long. Wow. Do we do a belly? We do a little bit of your belly? Just a little. I'm going to take the 10 blade for that. She doesn't have much on her belly, just a little. We're going to do it just to keep it, just to keep that nice and clean. See this area here? All down here. I'll get that with the scissors later. Try to get some with the clippers. Just, I'm really going light, guys. Cut some of that off. Yeah, honey. See, we're done. Just a little. I'll clean that up with the scissors later. Usually I'll do the underarms. Her arms are so tiny, and she never gets knotted there, so I don't do her underarms. But I do the top of her head. That's one area that the client permits me to do. The top of her head with the 13. That is the one Andis peach orange color. And you use a 30 blade under there. You can use a 10 blade if you want, or just do not ever use a 40 blade under these metal combs. You're asking for trouble. If so, okay. So I'm just going to very, very careful around her eyes here, guys. I'm going to pull that all back. Careful around her eyes. I'm looking at her eyes here. And I'm going to use this. I'm just going to take just a little bit off the top. I see her quite often. So, never much to take off. We'll just keep her nice and clean, okay? There. See, that's enough. It's just enough. You'll see the way I do her head. It's not how I usually do Yorkie's heads. But the client asked me to do it that way, so I give the client what they ask. So I'm here to do what they want me to do. They're hiring me. I let them know what the standards are and how I usually do it, but years ago she mentioned she does not want that, so she's been satisfied ever since, so we will continue the way she asks. Let's do the nails. Anyone out there having trouble with nails? I would suspect yes. Is that a scary thing for you? Is it? It's only normal that it is scary. It is scary, actually. You don't want to hurt these little ones, right? Let me know. I have videos where I'm clipping nails, and I'll show you how I do that. I'm just going to take just a little bit of this off here. Very tiny bit. Very tiny bit. They're not very long, and her nails are soft. Yeah. They're not very hard. Tell you the truth, I don't know why. I don't know what that is. Would that be a fungus, or... I really only take just a little bit off because her nails, especially back here, they don't grow much. But in front, they grow a little more. Yep. See how soft that is? There's no, you're not hearing any clip. Actually, I never looked that up, guys. If anyone knows why, you have to ask Google. Or ChatGPT. All right, let's do the front. So I reveal the nail. See how I did that? I just pull all of that here back. The reason why I'm doing it back here is so I can have a nice look at what's going on underneath that toe. Underneath that nail. You see that black dot there? That's telling me, let's stop. Let's stop, because if you go further, you're going to hit the vein. Like I said, I see her fairly often. She has no little thumbs here. Let's do the other side. No. There, I got enough there off. All right. You ready for your cut, hon? There. All right. Now she's ready for her cut. So we did all that. And now we're going to have a look at her bum bum. I'm going to start the cut. I always start on one side here. Put my mask back on. Get anything in my nose. So, you always got to be careful when you're cutting in the back here. I always keep my finger where her little privates are. Her privates are on this side of my hand, so I'm pushing it that side because I don't want to snip anything back there. It would be the same thing for a little boy. Castrated or not castrated, I would be doing that. And see how I'm only taking just a bit off? She never needs a lot off. She just needs a trim to maintain the length she has. Okay? So I'm going to come in and do this side here, the front. And I'm going to use... Oh, my straights over there. Give me a second. Hang on. Hang on, guys. All right. They weren't too far. I'm just doing that. Okay. Right. I'm just going to take just a bit off. Just a bit. If I did that, just a little bit. I can come in afterwards and use my nice thinners here to just soften that up, so it doesn't look like I cut with the blunt pair of scissors. Sometimes I need to take some of this off here, and I'll do that with these. Just a bit. And now, hang on, still has some here. Hey. Alright. So I'll usually go, she likes her length. See, we're not going to take too much off because, as I said, she really likes the longer length. So we're just doing trimming the edges, okay? See how straight that is? I'm just going to come in with these here to make it look just a little more natural. You can also come in at an angle, and that will bevel it a bit. See, my hand is underneath, my fingers are right here. Remember I mentioned, guys, that I always have my finger back in their back end, so that's why we clean their bum. But I always have my fingers up here. If this was a boy, I'd be holding his little pee-pee here, pushing it that side to be sure that I don't catch anything under there. Okay, we need to have control. So whatever you're seeing here, that's on the other side. So I did that, and I'm going to do this leg. And let's straighten that out from here all the way to the tip. Always being careful. Always being careful for that little toe there. All right. Let's use these to make it a little more natural. See how natural? These are, I think, 52 teeth. I'm not sure if it's 52 or 54. Not sure. So I need to be sure to also have, on each side, you got to cut a little around those toes. We'll do the same thing on this side here. I'm just cutting some extra off her toes there. Okay, turn around. You're going to face me. I'm going to grab all of her hair here on one side, all of that. Lightly bring that in like that. And I am going to cut just a little. As I said, we're just keeping this nice and nicely trimmed. Okay? So that we can maintain that cut. Yeah, I see her every 6 weeks. I'm just checking. I see her every 6 weeks. There. All right, let's do the other side. Here, I'll start from the back. Sometimes I do that. I'll go back from the back to go in front and finish the other foot. So once again, cut some of that out. I don't want to cut a lot out. Again, guys, this is just, we're going to do her bum after. Up a bit. All I'm doing is just tidying around. You know, you just follow the bone, huh? Follow that bone. Front. See how she does that? Whoops. Oh, we're not seeing here. Oh, I gotta check that more often. Sometimes I'm so into my cut that I'm not seeing. Sorry. Alright. foot. There. She's got some crazies here. Look at that. That's crazy. Sometimes I'll come in on the top here with a 19 comb, 19 inch, 19 millimeter. But I don't do it every single time I see her. So I'm not doing it this time, so. I usually measure the bottom part here with her elbow. So I'll bring it to around her elbow, maybe a little lower. And this, I'll try to make that equal with that, right? And then take some of that out, see? That's all equal. So this is not a little boy, so I'm okay. I know there's nothing hanging down here, so I don't have to put my finger there. I'm gonna come in with these here and just try to make this a little more natural. Now these don't cut as fast. It's a tool to just thin out or bevel. Here I'm beveling like that. You look a little more natural. Hang on, honey. Okay. We'll finish off the front legs once I'm done in the back here. I'm going to finish this. Show me your tail. She's just holding that tail there. Whoa, 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 whoa. Show me that tail. So what I usually do back here is I'll pull everything up. And I'm going to use my straights. Guys, bear with me with the camera here, camera angles. I'll use my straights to come in and just clean that area up. Go all the way down. See, I am on the side here because the angle I'm at with my camera. That's a weird buzzing sound. Oh, it's got to be outside. What is that? I'm just going to clean that up. See how nice she is? She's letting me hold her tail. Not all dogs. Oh, that's what the buzzing sound was. I'm going to stop it. It was my little Dremel thing here, little nail grinder. My scissors went and touched the button. That's an easy button to hit. All right, so I'm going to clean this little area out here. I use the thinners, but these are a little more aggressive. I think they're 31 or 32 teeth. Guys, I can't remember. I just know that they're more aggressive here. Sorry about that, but it's fine. You know, as long the less teeth you have on your scissors, the more aggressive they'll be. That means that the more they'll cut. Not the more they'll cut in the sense that others don't cut well. More in the sense the more hair they'll cut off. The more chunks of hair comes off. That's what I mean. So see under here, all of this. See. All of that's got to go because she needs to have some space here. Her mom's not going to want to have to be cleaning all of that area every time she goes poop. And if she has, some sort of diarrhea or something, oh boy, then that's not going to be too fun. So I'm going to come around this out just a little bit because I'm seeing this hair flopping down here. And at this point, it really is about just looking at some sticky outies and what's not looking good. See, she's got this here. I don't like that, this whole thing here. So I'm just going to take the tip off of that, see if that helps. Helps a bit. Sometimes it's good to give them a shake. Shake, 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 shake. And then have a look. Oops. wheel got in the... Hang on, guys. You stay in there, little girl. My wheel got caught in the camera, in the tripod, so take a little more of this off. Not so bad, huh? Okay, honey. All right, so we had left off here. And we're going to do that foot, and then I'll show you how I do the chest. We're literally just snipping off the edge to make it equal again. These little toes here, see? I'm just going to use my thinners to clean that up. You got to be careful here, because you can catch toes. So you go slow, just snip nice and slow. And there's no squeezing when you're using your scissors. You're just tapping with your, you're just tapping with your thumb. Okay, I'm gonna take this off. We're going to do, grab all of that, lift your head up, honey. We're going to pull all of this forward, like that. So this is how I do it. I take my more aggressives, and I'm just going to come in and take all of the front off, whatever's coming towards her, all the way to the underbelly here. Okay, we're going to do that again. Can you stand up for me, honey? I'm just going to pull all of that in the front. I'm going to try to get all of this. I'm holding her. Yes, I am holding her chinny chin chin. She's not pulling back. She's not minding. I'm just keeping it out of the way. Keeping her head out of the way because I have scissors in my hands. And I got to be really sure. See, you can hold them like this also. But like I said a while ago, if this dog has really bad teeth, they're not going to like this. That's going to hurt. Okay? They give you signs. There's reasons why they say no sometimes, you know? It's not always because they want to be fussy. Sometimes it hurts. We don't want that. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Pull all of this forward. I'm going to go in upwards because it's the only way I can do this. All the way to the neck. See? All the way to the top of the neck. Let's see how that looks. Oh, it's not too bad, huh? You looking slick? Are you looking slick? Take more of that off. See, I'm going to take a little more of this off. Now at this point, it's all about looking at what's hanging out. Now I'm going to show you guys her face. Get rid of all of this here. Make sure that's all equal on both sides. Okay. Pull that in. Do you see that? Yes. I'm going to come in and take some of this off too. You got to create space under the belly here, guys. Breathing space. And down here, with my scissors, got to be really careful. Little pee-pee there said that I need to clean out. She didn't have much to take out, so I'm not worried. I shaved most of it off, so. All right. So between your legs, what's that look like? Honey, 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 honey. So, are you doing the splits for me? Are you? All right, so remember, this dried off. She doesn't have much hair up here, so I'm just going to take some. She's got knots around her eyes. Wow. So I'm going to take some of this off, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Nice and slowly, so that she has a nice visor going on. This is how Mom wants this. And I may want to round that out. By rounding it out, I mean, because you know when you go flat like this, you end up creating this ledge here. So if you want to round it out, you got to cut right the edge of that ledge to make it a little rounder, okay? I'm holding her under her head here. slowly lift everything up. This is not about rushing, guys. You don't need to rush. And if you're at home grooming your dog and you can only take doing the head, do the head. And save the rest for later. You don't have to do the whole session in one whole session. You don't need to do that. If you're at home with your dog, you give him his bath. You want to wait a little later on, you can do the rest, or the next day. The dog will only tolerate having his feet done. Just do the feet. There's no reason to rush. I do not like rushing. I like to get my work done methodically. Today, I'm speaking with you guys, so it's not always as methodical because I'm just talking and talking away. See, usually I would shave. I can. I was going to say I'm not going to do it, but just so I can show you. Because she doesn't have much hair here, so I'll show you how I do the tips, Yorkie tips. Yeah, don't be afraid, hon. You know what this is. You know what this is. Yeah, look at this crazy head here. Huh? You gonna fix that crazy head? I'm gonna turn this clipper on. I am going to separate all this hair. Keep my finger on that tip and use a 10 blade. You don't want to use anything else. 10 blade. I like to do the top. Sometimes you can do the inside too if you want. I don't think it's necessary with her. If she had hairier ears, maybe. But she's not too bad. So make sure you just hold that flat. You don't want to catch the leather sideways, so you hold the flat down. So just a little off. And this, the reason why we do this is because it creates a nice crisp edge. So now come in and cut just the edge and create a nice point. Okay? Creates a nice clean tip. Okay? You gotta keep your eye on that little leather. I see right through it here, so I don't catch it. All right. So this is pretty easy the way Mom wants her head done. She just doesn't want me to cut. She does not want me to cut anything on her ears. None whatsoever. Usually when I'll cut around a Yorkie's head, what I would do with her is I would cut all of that off using my scissors, my straights coming in. Hang on, I'll show you. Usually I cut it off like this, and then you go nice and all around to the back end here. But this client doesn't want that. This client wants me to cut only the tips and with scissors like these. Hang on, I'll show you. She just wants me to cut with thinners and in this angle. I know, not what I usually do. But I'll only cut tip like that. This is not my go-to hairstyle with Yorkies, but so I just take a little bit of that off like this. Okay? Then once that's done, same thing here. She doesn't want me to cut and create a nice circle. She just wants me to take out all that white that's hanging down like this. I mean, I sat down with her and she says, oh no, go this way, go that way. Okay. She was showing me how to use the scissors. So I figured, okay. I'm going, okay, this is not exactly how I would do it, but hang on, honey, hang on. Hold that ear up. But what I will do though is I'm going to come up to the ear and do the same thing. Come up to the ear and I just cut just to make it equal, at least there. So we got one side like that. Okay? Hang on, honey. Hang on. I'm going to do this side too. So I'm holding her head. See how her ears prop back up? That's where I'm holding her head. I'm not holding it around her neck. It's around the bulb of her ear. Keeping her head straight up. And I'm just gonna cut upwards like this, all the way to the back of the ear here. There's a lot back there, actually. So I got that the last time. Or it grew really fast. Is that growing pretty fast? And I'll just take away all of that white. So there's a nice separation between the white and her charcoal color. Okay, so I need to round this out. As I said, this is the client asking me to do this way. And she doesn't want me to take any of that off. Nothing off the ears. Going in from the tip instead of cutting. So it looks a little more fluffy, I guess. So that's what it is. Let's see. Are we done now? Are we done? Hang on. I don't like that. I don't like that here. So again, guys, I'm live Wednesdays, every Wednesday, 10 a.m. I'm not sure. I think next Wednesday I may be live only at 12:30 instead of 10 a.m. Eastern time, because I have a client that will be staying with me, and she'd prefer not to be filmed. So you gotta respect what the client wants. Again, I'm holding her around her mouth, but I am not pressing. I'm just keeping my fingers underneath her jaw here. I'm not pressing because she has bad teeth. Okay, so that's how I groom little Molly. That's how Mama wants Molly groomed. I'll take this away here, take some of that out. Can we do that? She's got all these extra little mustaches here sticking out like that. Take a little bit of it out. They're fine, guys. Even if you cut, that's fine that you cut. I wouldn't do that to a cat. It's not the same thing, but they are fine. Can you have a look? Can we look at you? Molly, can we look at you? Molly, there you go. All right, guys. So this is little Molly. Any more questions before I go? I am live on Wednesdays, 10 a.m. with little puppies. Next week, I'm pretty sure it'll be 12:30, so you need to check that out. I upload every Monday and Friday. I upload 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Subscribe, like, help out my channel. I'm trying to create a beautiful community here where we respect our pups and we take care of them, and I help and I teach, and I'm here for you. For any questions, I am more than happy to be there for you guys. Again, if you're grooming, wear a mask, because groomer's lung is a real thing. Look it up, groomer's lung. You don't want to hurt your lungs, and yeah, you don't want to get sick. So let's use that beautiful perfume we were talking about, huh? Here. I'm going to spray that from the back. I don't want to get any in her eyes, so maybe on her belly. You want to say goodbye? Here, Jace wants to say goodbye. Oh, yes, Jace, say goodbye. Say goodbye, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I will see you on the next video. Bye. You got to go on the ground, honey. Hang on. Bye.